This year is the 50th anniversary of Pride, and as far as we've come with the trans movement, we still have a long way to go, unfortunately. We're still seeing a lot of the ways that gay people were spoken about, say, 20, 30 years ago, is still how trans people are being spoken about today. So I really feel that in this 50th anniversary, we really need to be focusing on the contributions that the trans community have made to the progression of LGBT and queer people as a whole.
Sometimes I feel like, ignorance is key. It's like we have to be able to educate people. If everybody was 100% so sure of, what all these different identities were and the ins and the outs of the community, there would be no work left for people like myself to do. So I welcome people to ask questions. I welcome people to be curious. But also to be respectful.
I think trans visibility is super important. Amongst the queer community, it's sort of like the last step in getting full visibility. Trans people have historically been victims of crimes and injustices, and I think it's a really beautiful thing to have them part of our community. I think they are the true unicorns of the LGBTQ community, and I say let's celebrate.
For many trans people, their journey to becoming them is quite dark, and in reality is really none of our business. What I would like to see more of is more trans people feeling safe enough to share their stories. Just by sharing your truth can really help somebody and really give people faith and in knowing that you can be whoever it is that you want to be in this life.
It's really easy to be a pop musician and just sort of get trapped into focusing on yourself and your brand and your music and your revenue and all that stuff. But when you really think about it, the minute you use your platform to better the greater good, it becomes greater than you. And I've noticed, in the last 10 years that I've been in the business, that's been the most rewarding takeaway. It doesn't matter how many streams you have and how much money you've made. The fact that you can help people and make them feel stronger, encourage them to find out who they really are, and give them support in times of trouble. I don't know. I just think in the long run, that's going to count more than any of that other stuff.
I really respect a lot of the LGBT artists in the music industry, like Eminem, Ollie from Years and Years, just for being unapologetically themselves. I think that's really inspirational to a lot of their younger LGBT fans. And obviously they're incredibly talented, so yeah, they're doing it for me at the minute.
So you might be familiar with the standard pride flag, 6 colours. And you may have seen 8 colours with a black and a brown stripe on it. Now, there's actually many different flags that represent different people in the queer community. There's the trans pride flag, there's the bisexual pride flag, and this new flag that you may be seeing with the black and brown stripes represents queer people of colour. It's not necessarily a replacement of the traditional 6-stripe flag. It's like another flag that we have under the spectrum of the LGBTQIA+ community. Some prides, like Manchester Pride, have adopted it as their official flag this year as a symbol of allyship and solidarity with queer people of colour who currently still face additional levels of difficulties and prejudice against them. And so it's more of an act of solidarity, saying we recognise you, we see you, and we want to lift you up and amplify your voices in our Pride Festival. So don't get your knickers in a twist. We're not sort of erasing the 6-colour pride flag. We're more saying, hey, queer people of colour, you're important too, and your lives matter, and we want to recognise that and celebrate that at our Pride. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Hi, it's Munroe Bergdorf. I'm wishing you a very happy Pride. It's a very special one because it's the 50th anniversary of the gay rights movement. So love each other, love yourself, and have a great time.